The acrid atmosphere of Proxima B9 seared Alex's lungs as she pulled herself across the scorched remnants of the former front line. The fighting had shifted hours prior, abandoning only the deceased and those destined to join them. Her six-fingered hand gripped the rough terrain, dragging her broken form forward inch by agonizing inch. Where her right leg belonged, there was only a jagged end, hastily sealed by her own plasma pistol in a frantic act of self-preservation. The recollection of the detonation still reverberated within her, the unseen pressure plate, the intense flash, the feeling of being tossed aside like a broken toy. Useless now, the battalion commander had declared, not even glancing her way as he commanded the retreat. Leave her. We don't expend resources on damaged units. This was the Reian military way, efficiency paramount. Compassion was a flaw, the injured, a liability. Better to perish with honor than survive imperfect. Amber-hued blood seeped through her improvised dressing. The lessening pain worried Alex. She recognized it as an ominous sign. As consciousness ebbed, Alex realized that for the first time since the mine had claimed her leg, she experienced something unanticipated: hope. In the distance, the sounds of war persisted, but for this moment, in the arms of her adversary, Alex found a peculiar solace she had never known amongst her own kind. The outpost was little more than a prefabricated structure tucked against a rocky outcrop, camouflaged to merge with the alien terrain. Inside, medical equipment hummed alongside tactical terminals and communication arrays. Theo had called it not much, but to Alex, who had never seen human technology up close, it was a marvel of ingenuity. She drifted in and out of consciousness as Theo operated the biosynth machine, its whirring in. "Where will we go?" she asked, the we slipping out before she could consider its implications. Theo's surprise at her inclusive pronoun quickly gave way to determination. "There's a ravine 2 kilometers north. We can hide there until we figure something out." As they gathered supplies, their hands brushed, sending an unexpected current through Alex's body. Their eyes met, and in that moment, something unspoken passed between them, something that transcended species, duty, and the war that had brought them together. They slipped out of the outpost just as the first scout ships appeared on the horizon, moving as one into the alien wilderness, united by circumstance and, increasingly, by choice. The ravine proved to be more than a simple geological feature. It was a vast network of caves warmed by thermal vents and illuminated by native bioluminescent fungi that reminded Alex of home. The attack came at dawn, when the thermal signatures of the cave system were most distinct against the cold morning air. Explosive charges rocked the outer chambers, sending cascades of stone and dust through the network. Behind them came troops, both human and Reian, in an unprecedented joint operation. Traitors unite enemies, Alex observed grimly as they gathered what supplies they could, her new leg performing flawlessly as they fled deeper into the cave system, using passages too narrow for armored pursuers. "They're working together to hunt us," Theo marveled, equal parts horrified and amused. "Maybe we should get credit for creating the first cross-species cooperation in this war." "Their cooperation ends once we are captured," Alex replied. "For my people, intimate relations with an enemy species is punishable by public vivisection." Theo's face hardened. "That's not happening. Not while I'm breathing." They emerged from the caves into a vast underground chamber that neither military force seemed to know existed. Ancient stone structures suggested it had once been inhabited, perhaps by the original sentient species of Proxima B9, long extinct when humans and Reians had arrived to fight over the mineral-rich world. "We can't stay here forever," Theo said, examining their dwindling supplies. "And we can't outrun both militaries indefinitely." Alex's multifaceted eyes caught the reflection of a distant light, something artificial that didn't belong in this ancient place. "There," she pointed. "That is not part of the ruins." Investigation revealed a maintenance access to an automated mining operation, one that belonged to neither human nor Reian forces, but to the Galactic Commerce Guild, a neutral entity that maintained operations across contested worlds through strict non-interference policies. "The Guild employs all species," Alex said, hope brightening her bioluminescence. The orbital station hung like a jewel above Proxima B9, its gleaming Guild insignia visible even from the surface on clear days. From the observation deck where they now stood, Alex and Theo watched shuttles coming and going, a constant flow of commerce that continued regardless of the war raging on the planet below. 6 months had passed since their escape. 6 months of debriefings, medical examinations, and endless questions from guild xenobiologists fascinated by both Alex's biosynth leg and the physiological compatibility that allowed their intimate relationship. Specimen X17 shows remarkable adaptation, a Xixian researcher noted, examining the latest scan of Alex's leg, where Theo's human-designed biosynth technology had begun integrating more permanently with her Reian biology. Her name is Alex, Theo corrected firmly. After months of this, his patience for being treated as research subjects was wearing thin. The station commander, a towering Andolan named VES, dismissed the researchers with a wave of their upper limbs. You must forgive their enthusiasm. Your situation is unprecedented in guild records. We didn't come here to be studied, Alex said, her translator now perfectly calibrated to her emotional states. We came seeking sanctuary. And you have received it, VES countered. But surely you understand the scientific value of your union. Two species at war for 20 years, physiologically compatible enough for intimate relations. The implications are significant. Theo stepped closer to Alex, his hand finding the small of her back in what had become a habitual gesture of support. The implications being that this war is based on manufactured hatred rather than any real incompatibility. Visa's compound eyes shifted in what might have been amusement. Precisely why both your governments have placed substantial bounties on your capture. The guild has declined all such overtures, of course. Our neutrality is absolute. Neutrality isn't the same as imprisonment, Theo said. We've been confined to this station for half a year. Propaganda doesn't only work for war. It can work for peace, too. In the months that followed, their story, carefully documented and distributed through guild trade channels, began to spread. Other mixed couples emerged from hiding. Questions were raised in both human and Reian societies about the true nature of their conflict. 1 year to the day after Theo had found Alex bleeding on the battlefield, they stood together before Haven's community, exchanging vows in a ceremony that honored both their traditions. Alex wore intricate crystalline